genius. Hey, hey, if crazy equals genius, I'm a fucking arsonist, I'm a rocket scientist. Hey, if crazy equals genius. Continuing. Hello. Hi guys, it's Miri from PureEquestrian here, and today I am doing my first Q&A. So I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me a bunch of questions, and I'm going to answer them in this video. So all these questions I've got from Instagram, so I'm just going to read them out and answer them. My Instagram is _PureEquestrian_ if you wanted to know that. Fun fact. So my first few questions are from equestrian._.dreams. And her first question is, what is your favourite horse that you have ridden and why? My favourite horse I have ridden would probably have to be Karina, just because she taught me so much. Like, she was the first green broke horse I ever rode. So I definitely learned a huge amount riding that horse, and I got to do a lot of really cool experiences with her. So I got to go to the Emily Weeble Freedom Horsemanship Camp, and I kind of got to see her change from a very immature pony into quite an experienced horse, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'd have to say Karina. Her next question is, how high have you jumped? I have jumped 1.5 meters with Squire. Yeah, we measured it as 1 meter, but we actually went back and checked it that evening, and it was actually 1.5 meters. So yes, 1.5 meters. And her last question is, describe your dream horse. Somewhere between 14.3 and 16 hands. I love, say between 6 and 12. That's kind of like the prime, I guess, age for competition horse. I'd love them to be, not really have much dirt, but definitely have the sass. So I'd probably have to choose a mare, just because they definitely have the more sassy personalities usually. What colour? I love dapple greys, and I know a lot of horses don't stay dapple grey for long, so I'd either have to choose dapple grey or palomino, or flax and chestnut. I love flax and chestnuts, or skewboard. I don't really mind on a breed, it's more personality than the way the horse looks. But if I could choose a breed, Lipizana, no. If I could choose a breed, it would be station bred thoroughbred cross. My next question is from Life on Horses, and her question is riding goals. At the moment, it would be to confidently be jumping like 1.20 meters and really working around my position, correcting my position, because I know I have quite a few faults. So I'd love to be able to definitely correct those. Definitely another one would be own my own horse, obviously, because I don't do that, so I would love to have my own horse. Unfortunately, it's just circumstances at the moment. Not possible for me to have my own horse, as I'm hopefully off to uni in 1.5 years, and we don't own land, and I go to school in town, so I wouldn't really have much time for a horse. But yeah, I'd love to be able to compete at One Star and have the opportunity to compete at Hawaii. My next question is from Lexi.ee, and she asked, who's your favourite horse at the moment? Only one. I think I'd have to say Rosie. She's an amazing horse. I'm so lucky to have the opportunity to ride her. She can get a bit hot sometimes, but she's really fun to ride, and she definitely tests me out and makes me a better rider. So, Rosie. The next question is, would you rather do what you're doing now or own your own horse? I really love what I'm doing now, because I get the opportunity to ride so many different horses and meet so many different people in the horse industry. But I would prefer to have my own horse, just because with what I'm doing there's a lot of uncertainty, and I have to deal with owners and stuff, and sometimes we don't get along. So I have to either decide to move on or continue fighting with the owner. I don't know how to put it without sounding rude. Like, I'm so grateful for the opportunities I get, but I would prefer to have my own horse just because there's that certainty and you're the one in charge, so you get to choose how to do things and when you want to do things, rather than having the owner tell you, like, I'd like you to do jump schooling or whatever. Lexi's next question is, would you rather spend $1,000 on tack for your horse or riding gear for you? I would prefer to spend $1,000 on tack for my horse because I have enough riding clothes, and to be honest, you really don't need like jods to ride. You can freaking ride in shorts and a crop top for all I care. Like, I do it. When it gets hot, I ride in shorts and literally like a boob tube. So yeah, definitely $1,000 on my horse. And her last question is favourite hairstyle for going riding. My favourite hairstyle for going riding would be a low ponytail at the back of my helmet. If it's really hot, I usually twist it up into a bun just to get it off the back of my neck. Or 2 French braids that go back and then just hang down because they keep it completely out of my face and they're just really easy to ride in. My next 4 questions are from PureEquestrian, and her first question is, what made you want to start horse riding? So in June 2011, my family took me back over to England to see the rest of my family. So it's my mum and my dad took me back over for my second time to see the rest of my family, and we were over there when the Hickstead show was going on. And my parents used to go when they were dating, so they're like, you know what, let's get tickets and we'll go. And I was like, I do want to come. So we went, and they took me, and seeing the riders and the horses tackle the massive derby course at Hickstead, I was like, I want to be able to do that. And I had liked horses for a long time, so my parents were like, you know, we'll wait a month and a half, and if you still really want to ride, we'll start you with lessons. My next question is, what was your favourite moment while riding? I kind of have 2. One is riding and one's to do with horses. My favourite moment while riding is, you guys who have like horses you connect with will understand this. You know when you're riding and you just have that moment when you click with your horse and everything just kind of seems to go away and it's like just you and your horse and you're working like perfectly together. When you get that feeling, that is my favourite moment when I'm riding. So yeah, we were in Vienna and my dad's workmate knew one of the riders in the Spanish riding school, and he knew I was obsessed with horses and I rode, so he was like, he arranged for Helmet, which is the guy, to meet us outside the Spanish riding school for a performance. And he took us on a tour of the stables, and I got to pat one of the Spanish riding school stallions, and not many people can say they've done that because they never let the public touch the horses, but because we knew them, they let me feed Conversano Kitty, which is one of the stallions, a sugar lump and make a massive. So that would probably be my favourite moment. And PureEquestrian's last question is, what is your favourite horse breed and why? I have 2. One is a Lipizzaner and the other is a thoroughbred. So I love the Lipizzaner breed just because of obviously how beautiful they are, and I've met one, well I've met a few, so it's amazing, and the strength they have. So I love Lipizzaners and they're just so beautiful to look at as well. And my second favourite horse breed would be a thoroughbred, just because of how versatile they are, and obviously they're kind of like the New Zealand national horse or whatever. My next question is from Tabitha_Hope, and she asked horsey things that frustrate you. So I love being told how to improve my riding, but I hate when I'm trying to school the horse and someone comes up to me and says you should be doing it this way. Because there are so many different ways you can train horses, and I just hate people being like, coming up and telling me how to do it when I didn't ask their opinion. Like obviously in a lesson, or if I'm out somewhere and I've asked for it, or I'm really obviously struggling, like I love having that someone come up and telling me, hey, you're doing this wrong, or how about you try it this way. Like, I love that, but I just hate it when you're trying to school the horse and someone comes up and just judges you and is like, you know, you're doing this wrong, and it's like, this is the way I was taught to do it, you know? And you know how you just have those bad days when you're riding? I just hate being judged on my bad days. Like, I know I have my bad days. I definitely have my bad days where I ride like an absolute beginner and I look terrible. But I just hate being remembered for those bad days, if it makes sense. Yeah, I'm terrible at answering this question. There is a lot more, but I'm not going to get into it because we will be here for hours. I'm moving on. My next question is from a.s_equestrian, and she asked, what is your dream riding school? I love the riding school I'm at the moment. I've definitely learned so much there. I have had other instructors and I've been to other places and stuff, but I learned to ride at the riding school I'm still at now, and I love the girls there, I love the guys there, not in a creepy way, just like, they're great. I love my riding instructor, and I kind of love the whole family we have there. So I love where I am at the moment. Only thing I would change is I'd love to have more horses, and just like the facilities we have are amazing, but I would love to have, you know, a bit better facilities. So like a bigger cross country paddock, and I have like water jumps and stuff. But where I am at the moment, I love it, so I wouldn't change it for the world. Her next question is, if you had one event you were allowed to compete in the Olympics, what would it be out of all the horse events and all the events in general? I'd love to do the eventing, but like the cross country jumps are huge and they'd literally scare the shit out of me when I was on there, so I think I'd have to choose show jumping, just because the jumps aren't as wide and it's not the height of a jump that scares me, it's the width. So yeah, I'd say show jumping for the horse events. And out of all the events in general, if it was excluding horse events, it would have to be gymnastics, I'd probably have to say, because I did gym for a few years and it's closest to what I do now, so gymnastics. Her next question is, have you ever owned your own horse, and if so, can you please describe it? No, I have not ever owned my own horse. I have had 2 lease horses, but neither of them really worked out. My last lease horse was sold out from underneath me, otherwise I'd still be riding him now. My next 3 questions are from Sam Rutherford 24. She has asked highest you have evented show jumped to. Highest I have evented is 65, and the highest I have show jumped would have been 85, but I didn't actually get to go to the show, so 65 unfortunately, but hopefully I'll get the opportunity to go out and compete again soon. The next question is, best horse you have ever ridden? Out of the horses at my riding school, it would either have to be Rosie, she's just freaking amazing, or Lily, which is the horse I learned to ride on. And out of the horses outside my riding school, like the best horse in terms of like money, value or whatever, would be my godmother's thoroughbred Scooby. He raced under the name Cowdy King and he won a lot of race money. So, and Sam's last question is, highest you've jumped and the highest you want to jump in the future? I've jumped 1.5 m, and the highest I want to jump in the future, probably 1.40 m, like max, because I think I shit myself if it was anything bigger, so 1.40 m. And my final lot of questions are from Leah.Jones26, and her first question is, how long have you been riding? I have been riding for 5 years on August 27th. Her next question is, what's your favourite piece of tack or riding gear you own? I will go get it. So my favourite piece of tack I own is this Clarendon Triumph jump saddle. It is quite old and it is my riding instructor's, but she gave it to me. It has a broken tree here. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got a broken tree in here. So if I ever get a horse that would fit, I would get it fixed. Leah's next question is, what is your favourite pair of breeches / joddies? My favourite would be my black HKM breeches. They're just really comfy and they're warm and they're so stretchy, so they're amazing to ride in. Her fourth question is, how frequently do you ride? I ride 2 to 3 times a week. I have a lesson on Saturdays, and then Sundays I usually go down and ride the horse I'm riding, and then same thing on Wednesdays if I have time. Her next question is, do you have a job? Yes, I do have a job. I work at my riding centre every Saturday teaching lessons and helping out. and at the moment while I'm on holiday, so I've just done 1 week holiday and I have another 2 weeks left, I'm working at the vet centre down the road helping out and cleaning cages. Leah's next question is, do you have any hobbies or strengths other than / outside of riding? Yes, I do. I am actually a dancer. I do classical ballet and I do 7 hours a week depending on what we have coming up. So I have 3 hours class on Monday, 3 hour class on Wednesday, an hour of stretch on Thursday, and then at the moment I also have an hour on Sundays for exam preparation. And Leah's last question is, tell us your worst fall or your most amusing, or both. I might as well tell you both of them. So my worst fall was off Rio, which was my lease horse. We were riding bareback and we went under a tree, and it was my own fault. I totally blame myself for it. But I got clotheslined by a branch across the chest, and because I was bareback, he was very sensitive, and because of my weight shift, he freaked out, spun around, took off at a gallop. Then he threw in a vertical buck, and because when he spun around I started slipping, and then when he bucked I was like, I cannot hang on. Came completely off, hit the ground along my right hand side, and then rolled into a tree. So I came away with a fractured rib, which is that one there, and I pulled part of the tendon behind my hip off. And we were riding bareback and I was just having one of those days where everything was funny and I couldn't stop laughing. And Julie, my riding instructor, said something, and I can't remember what it was because this was like 2 years ago now. And she said something and I just lost it. I was cracking up and I couldn't stop laughing for like 10 minutes. And you know when you get to that stage of laughter when you're silent laughing and you're just shaking and you cannot hold on to anything, like you're trying to hold on and you just can't because you're laughing too much. That happened to me and I came off the side, landed on the ground and cracked up. I was sitting there and I could not ride for the rest of the lesson just because I was pissing myself so much laughing. I was just holding the lesson up. So that will be my funniest fall, I'd have to say. So yeah, I'm a mess. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below any video suggestions you have for me, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Bye!